and welcome to Tea with Tanja Lee, your regular cup of consciousness packed with loose leaf lessons and fully brewed blessings, all infused to give you access to live a life you love. Good morning and welcome to you. So we're back. Thank you to those of you that have joined back in. We are trying something new today. So we're doing live leading life and business coaching, where I am working with someone fulfilling their intention for the week. We had a technical glitch, and so we're going to try that again. We're going to try one more time to tune in with Real Estate Kate to have her join. Thank you to those of you who informed me that it was paused. So if Kate can join again, and if you guys can let me know if it pauses when she joins, and if that's what happens, then Kate, I'm going to ask you to hop off and I'll coach you via text like I have others every single week. So thanks for joining in again, my friends. I really appreciate your company and your patience. Kate, request to join. My friends that are watching, especially on Instagram, please let me know when I join Kate in if you can hear me or if it pauses it. Go live. Here we go. Fingers crossed. Let's see if this works. So if you're just joined and you weren't on before, Intentional Monday is all about working with someone to have a breakthrough in an area they want to intend. Yeah, Kate saying, I will try not to break it again. Welcome back, Kate.
Well, thanks, Tanja. Good to see you again.
It's great to see you. Now, everyone, can you hear and see both myself and Kate? Then thumbs up, just a few yeses so I know it's for everyone. Working now, ladies. Woohoo! Okay, great. Houston, we have liftoff now. All right, so just a quick summary because I'm recording this on Facebook. So we have Real Estate Kate on the line, live on Instagram. First time ever I've taken a Tea with Tanja Lee live coaching to working with someone so you can see their face, so they're a real human. It's faster, it's quicker, it's more engaging, and we're embracing the greys. So it's all good, embracing the silver fox. So Kate mentioned before that for 6 months she used to get up at 5:30 in the morning, go walking in her local community amongst the kangaroos, and the benefit of that was she had energy for the whole day. Now, Kate, so the intention she wants to fulfill for herself this week is to have a breakthrough in her procrastination to get back to doing that again. Is that what you want to do, Kate? You want to get back to that morning practice? Okay, so just quickly tell us, Kate, what were the benefits for you physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually when you got up at 5:30 and went for your morning walk? How did it benefit you?
So it benefited me by having more energy for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
So energy physically and energy mentally.
Yeah.
It was a great time to be able to connect with my podcast, connect just meditating as I'm walking around in the dark.
Yeah.
And after I came back from my bike ride, went into ISO, then we had COVID. I haven't chosen to go back into it.
Nice. Now, notice Kate's language. Before this video went kaput, and just then Kate said, I haven't been able, and she self-corrected and said, I haven't chosen. That shows self-awareness because she's not blaming anything. She's not being a victim of, oh, I haven't been able to. She's aware, she's choosing not to. Tip number 1, my friends. Now, if you are on Facebook or Instagram, as usual, please type in what you hear both myself and Kate say. That is a great insight. And so those that are watching now, we can all learn from each other's lessons and blessings, and those watching the recording later can also learn from other people. So great use of self-awareness. And she's saying, I'm choosing not to. So let's break down. Kate, when you were walking 5:30 in the morning previously for those 6 months, did you have a why?
I had a why to have the energy to get physically better, ready for the bike ride that I did this year.
Correct.
So I needed to be physically more able to jump on a bike, but before I could do that, I had to walk and get this working too.
Got it. Okay. And you have a desire to get back to that morning discipline because you know the benefits on all levels. Do you have a why now?
I have the same why my different year. So I'm doing 700 kilometres next year over 7 days. So I need now, and I choose now to combine the walking in the morning because of work. It's something I can do versus getting in a bike ride during the daylight hours.
Got it.
To then train again.
Excellent. So you've done it before for 6 months consistently, and it just gave you incredible energy, and you lost about 8 kilos in the process, right? Now, Kate,
back on.
I understand. And so, well, consistency is key. And in our first video, someone wrote down about consistency, and that's the key. If you want long-lasting results and a real change in behavior or habits or your physiology or your neurology, you can't just go to the gym once and expect a six-pack. You can't even do something for 6 months and expect lifelong results. It has to be a way of life. So Kate, one of her goals was to lose 20 kilos. We broke it down for her to lose 8 kilos or 10 kilos and by a particular date. And then what she did was said, okay, what I'm going to do is walk every morning. And so she did. She had a why. She wanted to lose 10 kilos by September, and she wanted to prepare for riding 500 kilometers across Thailand over 5 days to raise funds for, disadvantaged kids over there, thanks to the great work of Hands Across the Water. So the first tip, my friends, if you want to achieve a breakthrough or a goal in fulfilling an intention, you have to have a clear why. If you don't have a why, you have nothing in the future kind of pulling you or compelling you to act differently than how you would today or yesterday. That's step number 1.
Yeah.
Step 2, you have to have a strategy. It really does fit in those 3 elements of success. Raise your standards. So her standard for herself was, I want to be 10 kilos lighter. I want to be fit for this bike ride. And I want
Elevate
more.
Your state.
Yeah, exactly. So I want to lose 10 kilos. That was her goal. I want to be fit and ready to ride 500 k's across Thailand, and I really want more energy in my day, because as a leading real estate agent, it takes a lot of energy to do what I do 6 days a week, sometimes 12 hours a day. We have to then have strategies. So Kate's strategy was to walk every morning at 5:30, and as she said before, that would be her time to kind of meditate as she walked or to listen to a podcast. And the third element for success is elevate your state, which is what Kate just said, which did, right? Your state, you were on fire.
Absolutely.
Kate, did you notice that made a difference in your business when you were doing that?
It did, because I had that mental energy. I'd already had that physical for the day, so I'd done my 10,000 steps or whatever before 7 o'clock. Therefore, I had that energy that, of course,
yeah, right,
brought in more business, because my energy levels were sometimes over the top.
Well, could it get any more over the top? She's already pretty over the top, which is why we love her. So get this, achieving 10,000 steps before 7 a.m. Now, we know when we exercise, we elevate dopamine and serotonin. They are the feel-good hormones that counteract cortisol, which is the stress hormone. Most of us are in fight or flight, freeze or flee most of our lives, and then we overconsume coffee, which is like putting petrol on a stress fire. And so when we're exercising and then when we're sleeping, we get into a parasympathetic nervous system state, which is rest and restore. So 10,000 steps by 7, Kate is fueled herself, like filling up with the with hormone tank. She's got energy, she's got endorphins, she's got happy hormones pumped through her body. So she's going to be more likely to be focused, to be clear, to be intentional, to be consistent. True?
Absolutely. And now, because it's the end of the financial year, it's like, okay, need to restart, need to get in now. Now that I've had my late nights of my app, I can get up, do it.
Yeah, got it. Now, so you've done it before, so you've proven to yourself that you've done it. You've got muscle memory that you can do it. Kate, now let's get real. What is getting in the way of you desiring to do it but not do it? And my friends that are watching, I know I'm not working with you, but I'm working with you indirectly via beautiful Kate. So can we give Kate some jazz hands and some love hearts and some joy for being here and sharing herself early in the morning? Christy from Bucket Full of Rainbows says, awesome, Kate, you've got this. Thank you, Christy. Always so supportive. So what's getting in the way? In other words, what are your
Excuses.
reasons, justifications, and excuses? Yeah, go for it. What are you telling yourself?
Excuses are, if I get a cold, then I won't be able to go to work because of COVID.
Okay.
That's probably been my biggest excuse. However, I know that it's an excuse and I acknowledge that it's an excuse.
Got it.
I have to just get off my ass, get out of bed.
Okay, so you've got
cold,
excuses,
whatever.
but let's unpack it. The first excuse is, oh, what if I get a cold that's going to affect me working because it's freezing where I am here? Okay, so what if I get a cold that's going to affect me? What are your other excuses?
I need to go to bed earlier.
I need to go to bed earlier. Yep.
Why?
Is it like it's
Do I
warm
need
in my
to do
bed? This doona is amazing.
Warm in my bed. The fire's beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Anything
can
else?
make every excuse under the sun, and I know that they're excuses, and I acknowledge that they're excuses.
Excellent. So Amy's saying the same thing. Amy's saying, oh, I do exactly the same. So I'm going to get a cold. It's going to affect my business. It's cold outside. You know, is it like I can't be bothered? Is there any of that? I can't be bothered. I can't be bothered.
Can't be bothered.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. Why would I want to do this? I know why. I know the why, which has always been my biggest. The hardest thing for me was always working out my why, and now that I do have some whys, it should make it easier.
Yeah. It
I
should.
need to make it.
Yeah. Yeah, you've got so many people giving you some acknowledgement and love. Okay, so we have a desire, we have a goal to fulfill, we have a stack of excuses. We know how you felt when you did do it for 6 months. How are you feeling about yourself physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, fulfilling on your excuses and your reasons rather than just producing the result? How do you feel about yourself?
I don't feel good at all. I'm feeling really negative.
Yeah.
Really just slobby.
Yeah.
Because of it, because I know from the past that I can do it. I need to get back on the road.
Okay, so you feel negative. You feel sluggish.
I feel very negative.
Yeah, and are you beating yourself
Which is
up?
not me. That's not how I would like me to be, and that's not how I like to perceive myself to be.
And are you feeling sluggish physically?
Yep.
Yeah, and you've put the weight back on that you dropped?
I'm not having breakfast. I haven't had breakfast probably for, I don't know, months.
Which you,
because I'm not using the energy to go for the walk, to need the fuel.
Got it. All right, so we can get it. Now, Kate, what is the inevitable future if, and we get the impacts of being a should, not a must, is it's affecting you physically. You've gained the weight back. Mentally, you're feeling negative and sluggish. Emotionally, how do you feel about yourself emotionally? Are you disappointed, sad, frustrated? How would you?
Let's put all of those together.
Right, a little concoction, yeah.
Yeah,
and
a big concoction.
A big concoction. Yeah. We've got the cocktail shaker going on, and then you've got spiritually you're unfulfilled because you've got a why, you've got a goal, and you know you've ridden 500 k's. You know how hard it is, and each week and month that goes by is another week and month that your body's not primed, your mind is not primed. You don't have the innate habits to be on fire, to have a better ride experience across 700 k's versus 5. And you said to me when you finished, oh man, I'm going to train a lot earlier because that was harder than I thought. Okay, so so my friends, you know, if you're looking at this for yourself, and there's a number of people that have said, I'm just going to sit down, because one of the things with water fasting is, I'm not going to sit down that low. Okay, with water fasting is energy. It actually takes a fair bit of energy even just to do this. So I'm just going to sit down because I can feel my lower back letting me know. This is the fastest I've talked for a week. All right. So one of the things that we need to look at what gets in the way of us fulfilling on our goals is there's always 5 benefits that we get out of tuning into our shoulds and not honoring our musts. So Kate, I know you're very self-aware and you're going to be super honest here. We know what your desire is. We know you've done it before. We know how good you felt. We know what your desire is. You're just not doing it and you're listening to your reasons, justifications, and excuses. And then you feel really bad about yourself. You know you're choosing this, and we know the desire, the inevitable future is what, Kate? If you do nothing, if you change nothing, that's where I was. If you change nothing, what's likely to be your future?
Unhappiness.
Yeah.
Because I know that I've had the choice and I've chosen not to do it.
Yeah, got it. So the inevitable future is unhappy. What else? What about your weight?
Unhappy, more weight on, sleeping in more, not as productive at work,
Yeah.
not as productive in energy, not as spiritually
Fulfilled.
balanced.
Yeah.
Not as social because I won't be feeling so great.
Yeah.
Just a few of those little things.
We had Kelly write in saying nothing will change. Nothing will change. Yeah. And you're right, Kelly. Nothing will change, but what is likely is she's going to feel more and more and more worse about herself and be hard on herself. And then what's also likely to happen is as she gets closer to the Thailand ride next year, she's going to have to pull her finger out and she's going to then bust herself to get some kind of fitness and momentum to be able to do it. And she won't have as pleasurable experience, and her body will be under a lot of pressure. And then there's the spiral.
And definite guilt, I think Kelly put down there.
And guilt. Yeah, and guilt, and Athena's saying just spiral downwards. And then it will connect to your future goal of the bike ride, which will create more sadness and disappointment. Okay, everybody. She's feeling worthy and feeling great like she did before. Okay, so beautiful comments.
Tomorrow morning I'm getting up at 5:30.
Well, great. And listen, but before we get there, Kate, who's responsible for tuning into the excuses and not actually creating the results? You. Yeah, great. And you can tell that by Kate's language. She said, I'm choosing it. So the first thing to self-awareness is self-awareness that we choose. Too many people feel powerless and helpless and hopeless because they are blaming other things. I don't have time. I don't have the money. I don't have the support from my partner. It's my kids. They need my attention. My dog, my parents, my this, my that. And that's all. It's simply you. Now, let's take another look. We know the 5 benefits that our ego, our inner saboteur, gets out of sabotaging ourselves. So, I'm going to unpack them, Kate, and I want you to choose the one that you think is your particular handbrake or Achilles heel here. We have, the first thing is we get to be right about all those excuses that I might catch a cold. This doona is amazing. I can't be bothered. It doesn't matter. I'll be right, whatever it is that you're telling yourself, right? So you get to be right about those excuses. You're avoiding responsibility of doing what you must do to have the results you must have for yourself because you say they're what you want. You are playing safe and comfortable, hanging out in familiar territory. You don't like it there. You don't like putting on the weight. You don't like beating yourself up, but you're choosing that because it's comfortable. It's easy. You get to be a victim, like you're blaming other things for it happening, or you're seeking significance and creating drama for yourself to not do it. Which one do you think?
Avoidance.
Avoiding responsibility. Yeah, 100%. So you're just avoiding the responsibility of doing what it takes to have the results that you want to have.
And it's only to me, it's to no one else.
That's
only
right.
Affects me.
Now, I'm really glad you say that, Kate, because this is a common thing. Everyone watching here, Lisa says on Facebook, yep, all of those. So you're really being of service to everyone here, Kate. Can you please, if you're watching this and you know yourself as someone who meets their commitments and words to other people, if you've got integrity with your promises and commitments to others, but you consistently break your integrity and your word with your commitments to yourself, can you type in yes, please? Because this I see all the time. We typically are good at helping our kids, our partners, our family, our friends, and our clients. But when it comes to ourselves, we don't put ourselves on top of the food chain. I always say I know what to do, but I just don't Do it. I need to dig deeper. Yeah, Pam is saying, hell yes. Amy, hell yeah, yes. Melissa, yes. Nikki, yes. Mel, yes. I thought so. See, yes, yes, yes. Everyone is saying yes. So this is a beautiful collective lesson for all of us. My friends, here is my intention and my invitation for you this week. The old saying goes, martyrs die young. I know that is a dramatic statement, but I don't want to talk just about physical death. I want to talk about soul death, dream death. Dreams die young. Health dies young. Martyrs die young. The reason that we put other people before ourselves is the fundamental. Well, let me ask you, what do you think, people? What do you think, Kate? What's the reason we're more comfortable putting others before ourselves? Why do you do it?
Because it makes us feel better that we're doing something to help someone else.
Got it. Everybody else, write in. Why do you put others before yourselves? For the purpose of time, because I've got 5 minutes before I have to drive Kai to school, I'll give you a tip. We have two orientations, our soul, our creator, who just goes directly for what he or she loves, and our ego, our inner saboteur, whose agenda is to seek validation because we don't feel good enough. This is it, guys and girls. The reason we put others first is because fundamentally we don't feel good enough, we don't feel worthy, and we seek validation by putting others first. If I help everybody else, if I pour myself into them, then I'll get the love and connection and acknowledgement that I desire. Lisa is saying it's what I've been taught to do. Yeah, you can be conditioned to do this. And then you go to bed at night with your personal to-do list, your dream desire unfulfilled. It doesn't happen. So my intention and invitation for everybody watching this today and everyone that watches this in the future, please get comfortable with being selfish, not self-absorbed, selfish, full of self. When Kate for 6 months chose actively to pour herself into herself with a morning walk, she filled her tank with dopamine and serotonin. She felt good, not only physically, Kate, but didn't you feel proud that you got out of bed? No excuses. Weren't you amazed at yourself being your word?
Absolutely, because I was doing it for me. I was succeeding for me, for no one else.
That's right.
Just for me.
And how you start your day is how you'll finish it, my friends. And it influences everything you do. I promise you, it's not just the physical manifestation of taking the action. For me as a coach, the biggest access to transformation, I've been drinking water for a week because I have a clear why. I've made the most amazing meals for my kids. I made this beautiful turmeric, ginger and garlic rice and a chicken korma, roast veggie korma last night. To test the rice to see if it was cooked, I put 6 grains of rice in my mouth, chewed it and actually spat it out. Like, I'm talking unbelievable willpower. My sense of worth is through the roof because I'm like just unwavering, like nothing is going to stop me from completing what I say I'm going to do. That's where empowerment goes to a whole new level. So Katie's acknowledging she has a why. She's just completely tuned into excuses. She's gaining weight. She's feeling negative. She's feeling sluggish. She's feeling crap about herself. Her inevitable future is more of the same. Nothing's going to change, and she's going to keep feeling bad about herself. The reason she's doing it is because she's just avoiding responsibility. Now, Kate, responsibility means able to respond differently. You've done it before. So is there any reason?
I'm ready to do it again.
Okay, great. And what's going to be the turning point for you?
Setting the alarm.
Okay, great. So Kate's going to set the alarm. When is that going to start?
So that starts tomorrow.
Okay, great. I want to know. I've got to go because now my daughter's telling me she's going to be late. Who on here? I want 3 accountability buddies to support Kate. Now, Kate, what's your time frame? How long are you going to get up? What time are you going to get up, and how long are you going to do this for?
So I'm going to get up at 5:55. I'm going to be out the door at 6 o'clock, and I'm not back till at least 7:15, 7:30.
Great. So Suzanne Caligari, my cousin, she's a beautiful woman. Can you connect with Real Estate Kate? You got Suzanne. Awesome.
Excellent.
And how long? Like how weeks, months? How long are you going to do this for?
Let's try. Let's target first of all for 3 months.
3 months. Okay.
Yep.
Christy from Bucketful of Rainbows and Suzanne, you now have accountability buddies for 3
Excellent.
months. Kate's going to get up at 5:55, and Kate, you know what I'm going to ask you? Can you take a selfie each morning, post it on
Yep.
Instagram, and tag me and your accountability buddies in for the next 3 months?
Yep, done.
And that's how it's done, my friends. Kate, I love you. Thanks for being our first
Thank you, girls.
live.
Please reach out. That'll be great. And Friday, you'll be already 4 days down.
Exactly. Good work, Kate. That's as quick as it can happen because I've got to take my daughter to school. But Kate, I appreciate your vulnerability in winning this. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Please remember, become a devotee. Fill your cup with love. Go brew you. And I'll see you Monday. Oh, sorry, no, I'll see you Friday for Q&A Friday. Boom, boom. Go, Kate. Psh. Thanks, accountability buddies. Love your work. Thanks, everyone on Facebook. That's how it's done. Cheers.